Man, gather round. OG7 back here. And today, just like each and every day, I'm fortunate to get out of bed and to take in this fresh prana baby and to appreciate the life that I have. I'm going to share with you guys some story of victory and glory. The victory of understanding that, sometimes, your emotions can have you make decisions that are not good because you're living off of emotions, and once you have clarity, you can really see the truth. And the glory of understanding, if you always practice stoicism, you can think twice before you speak or before you do something. Without further ado, I want to get into the topic of today's video, guys, which is going to be a mind-expanding video for a lot of you guys, man, because a lot of you guys, man, crack me up, man. I've actually understood that, my fan base is broken down into fifths, dude. So we're going to use this as an example. Let's say there's 100 people that watch my channel. And I want to first and foremost thank you guys, man, for watching the channel, supporting the channel. The subscriber rate's going. The comments have been positive, dude. And I share this with you because I appreciate your comments. I appreciate your interaction. It not only helps with the algorithm, but it lets me know that, hey, guys, you guys can appreciate what I'm sharing with you, taking the time to share with you the stories from my life. But I also want to let you know, man, I appreciate you guys, but now with my life the way it is, I can't answer each and every comment like I used to before, when my life was more, let's just say, I was more in control of my situation. For those of you who have traveled before, specifically to a foreign country, man, once you move to another country, man, you got to traverse with the transportation, the language barrier, the customs, the culture, bro. Just getting around, and you're not in control of your situation like in America. So that's why sometimes you'll see, guys, it'll be 1 or 2, 3 days before I post another video. That's why I ask you guys, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Even if you've been like shadow watching, you just want to make comments, subscribe to the channel, man. Help the channel grow so we can share this message. But that's what's been going on. But I appreciate you guys, man. So I apologize if I can't answer each of your comments, but I'm doing a public service announcement to let you guys know I appreciate you. Without further ado, I want to get into the topic of the video today, which is in maximum security prison, post-nut clarity after cheek busting will make you a sodomite or a martyr. A martyr. And all a martyr is a person that sacrifices themselves for the greater cause or the greater good. And I don't want to get into a political debate here, whether some Muslims who blow themselves up, if they're a martyr or not. I don't want to get into that. I don't want to make this a political commentary. But what I'm sharing with you is this, guys. Sometimes, man, you got to take the fall so that other people may live and prosper. And a good example of that is if you've ever watched these combat movies where a dude will step on a landmine and he'll let all of his troops, the whole formation, go on with the mission before he steps off the landmine and blows himself up. Or another situation, I don't remember the names of the movies, but a grenade was thrown and one Marine just jumps on the grenade to protect his other fellow soldiers. This is what's called a martyr. So the reason that's important in a maximum security prison, I want to share with you guys, and it's like a broken record. Maximum security prison, the environment is like something you cannot ever imagine. You can't imagine. It's like living over here in Southeast Asia and knowing that it's legal for you to have this type of a machete, because you can be using it for chopping down trees, for clearing the forest out, for opening up a space in the jungle, for cutting meat, dude, for sawing wood. You can use it for a lot of different things. And it's like people always kill me. They say, oh, guns kill people. No, it's people that kill people. The gun is just a tool. It depends on how you use it. But with that being said, when you're in maximum security prison, the environment is like an altered reality. Unless you've been there, I'm trying my best through my verbal acumen to explain to you the demonic entities, the darkness, the savagery, the barbarism, the subhuman existence. So then you can wrap your head around, how can a grown man have an erection toward another grown man? How can you do that if you're not gay? Well, here's what happens. There's 3 things I want to share with you. And this is to you heterosexual guys, you square dudes, you guys who love women, who would never, not bi-curious, you would never, ever think about penetrating another man. Here's what happens, guys. When you first get locked up, let's say you had a girlfriend or a wife or a friends with benefit or a fuck buddy, whatever you want to call it. She's female, you're heterosexual. You are used to regularly busting nuts, dude, because when you bust nuts, it does a couple of things for you. First, it releases endorphins. Secondly, what it does is it relieves your stress. And thirdly, what it does, dude, it just makes you a more loving, caring, kind human being, because without men having interaction with sexy and feminine females, dude, you get into this toxic masculinity where you just like, you're a savage and you don't have any morals or you don't have any virtues, dude. You're just a savage just looking to take whatever you want. So that's the main thing right there. You're used to regularly busting nuts. Number 2, dude, you're used to having somebody that you can confide in. Like women, dude, it's different when you relate to women because you can, I'm not saying you should be a soft soy boy, but you can have a conversation with a woman that you can't have with your friends. Like, for example, the guys I know here in Southeast Asia or the guys I hung out with in Vegas or even Cali. I can have martial arts conversations, bodybuilding, savage, barbarian, war, killing type of conversations, even money and finances. We can talk about that, but I can't talk to them about stuff that's near and dear to me as a human, like, you know, how I love my children and how I love to snuggle and be hugged like that. I can't have those conversations with a barbarian, savage dude. You think you saw? Well, with your girlfriend or your wife or your significant other, if you're a real man in touch with your masculinity, dude, they say, this is a study, guys, before you get all on there. There's a study that shows the normal human being requires 5 hugs a day to feel loved and appreciated and valued as a human being when we go into Maslow's hierarchies of needs. Look up Maslow's hierarchy of needs. If you don't get those hugs, dude, it makes you very aggressive and very violent. So that's number 2. So number 1, you used to busty nuts, you're heterosexual. Number 2, you used to have an intimacy, dude, and softness and compassion from another human being that happens to be female. And here's number 3, dude. Just being in isolation, being in a closed, confined area with just a bunch of other men. Then you got men walking around acting like they're women. Some men look like women. Then you're on your phone, you're looking at porn, or maybe you're looking at pictures that your wife sent you or your significant other. You're getting turned on. Why? Because you're not busting nuts regularly. You're missing the intimacy, and now you have a false sense of being with your girl. Or maybe you just came back from a visit and you're kissing her, you get to smell her perfume, you see her sexy body, you're turned on, but you don't have a release mechanism. What does that got to do with this video? Gee, you be rambling. I'm not rambling. I'm building up, man, the mentality or mindset that causes men to have homosexual sex when they're not homosexuals. It's a mindset and it's built up over time, just being segregated, dude, and housed and clothed with nothing but men. Some men look like women, some men act like women, and your hormones are raging, dude. You're not busting nuts regularly. Let me tell you something, guys. Even if you choke your chicken, those of you who are used to being around women and getting viscous innards, it's not the same. It's not the same level of release. Yeah, it's a temporary release, but it's not the same as when you're deep inside of a woman and you're blowing her back out. You're releasing all of your masculinity. So you compound that with the gang lifestyle, dude, and then the requirements of your people, and then, you know what I mean, you're riding with your people, and then there's stuff that you got to do to show that you're down for the cause, and then you sort of develop this bond, right? So here's a slippery slope that we're sliding down, but I want to tell you in this video how the tides can turn. So you got this heterosexual dude. Now you're away from your girlfriend. You're not busting nuts. You're not getting hugs, dude. You just had a visit. You're turned on. You're watching porn. And this is over time. It might take you 1 year, 2 years. It might even take you 5 years. But just walk down this deep, dark hole with me. So now you're in this situation, man. And it could be 2 situations. Either it's a gang initiation where the gangs is like, let's say you're a gang member from the street. You never been to prison, but now you're in prison, and the gangs is like they got these square dudes that want to join the gang, And here's part of the initiation ritual. You beat them down and you go up in them, and this is you like, hey man, I ain't with that madness. And the shot caller goes, hey Holmes, check this out, Holmes. This is a familia. We're a family in here. Tu sabe? This is mi gentes, Holmes. So if you're part of the family, Holmes, you must initiate this guy because now we have the unity, Holmes. Because his shit's been pushed up within him, Holmes. And now he will do what we say because he's part of the familia. And if you don't do this, Holmes, you're not part of the family. Nobody's went up in you, Holmes, so you have to go up in him. So let's say you succumb to that, man. And they holding dude down, you know, the way to do it is normally 5 dudes. One dude's holding this arm, one dude's holding that arm, one dude's holding the right leg, one dude's holding the left leg, and they going up in your cheeks, dude. And then if you're horny and you haven't been sexy with a woman and you've been beating your meat, you'll come really fast. So here's the whole thing about post-nut clarity. And this is the part of the video that I got to share with you guys. Post-nut clarity will happen when you're horny, dude. Your testosterone, your semen's up here, and you want to release, dude. And they say that men will fuck anything. If you hold a snake, a man will fuck it. I'm just saying, that's what they'll say. They say that Columbus and his men used to fuck sheep on the boat. I know some cowboys personally that fuck horses and shit, dude. I know some dudes that fuck dogs and shit. Some dudes is just sick with it. But anyway, so then you go up in this dude and you bust a nut, dude. And here's what happens with post-nut clarity. Once you're horny, dude, you will do things that when you're not horny, you wouldn't even think about doing. I mean, let's take butt sex out of it with the man. I'm just saying. Sometime when you're horny, you'll talk to a fat chick or an ugly chick or a chick of another ethnicity that you think is beneath you because your homeboys aren't around. Just because, man, you want to bust them nuts. Or even maybe you'll talk to an old chick or a deformed chick, dude, or a disabled chick, right? Just to bust them nuts because you're horny. But once you bust the nuts, this is called post-nut clarity. Once you have post-nut clarity, then you're back to being your normal self. And then this is when it's the come to Jesus moment, guys. You will look at yourself in the mirror and you say to yourself, wow, what I just did is so not me. And you really have such disgust because a lot of guys come on here, oh man, how can you have a boner for another man? That's sick and perverted. And poop comes out of there. That's funky and stinky. That's nasty. How can you even get a boner? Hey man, stuff happens. You can get a boner, man, if you're watching porn on your phone and then your homies is gang raping some dude and you're hearing them go, ooh, oh, ooh, ooh. And he go, ee, oh, hey. Hey man, you already been watching porn. You're all worked up, man. It's just one little step. That's why I say be careful who you associate with in prison. But here's the post-nut clarity. You either be so ashamed of yourself, dude, and so defiled of what you did, that you will commit harry-carry, dude. You will unalive yourself because, dude, that is not who you are. A lot of your youngsters, I feel you when you're talking about, oh, gee, man, I would never do that. And, hey, man, no, everybody ain't gay. And all. Hey, man, they don't start out gay. It's a process, my man. It's over time. That's why I tell you to watch movies like Hurricane, dude, and stuff like that. It shows what happens when you're in the hole. And watch the movie like In Hell. It shows what happens when you're in the shoe, when you segregate it. Your mind plays tricks on you. So either you're so ashamed of what you did, you kill yourself and become a martyr, or you finally understand that you're a sodomite, dude. And now, it's like an itch, man, that you can never get scratched. Because once you open Pandora's box, dude, that's what I'm trying to share with you guys, man. That's why I'm asking you youngsters to cease and desist your behavior. Don't go to maximum security prison. Even if you're a gang member on the street, you've never been to prison. It's not what you think it is, dude. If you're a square dude, you go to prison. You want to join a gang to be protected. It's not the protection you think it's going to be. If you're just some regular dude and you just want to rap with your people to feel protected and like you're a part of a protected class, it's not the protection you think it's going to be. So to avoid all of that, what do? Square up, fly right, and go straight, and stay out of prison, man. Just start going to school, start working an extra job if you need to, whatever you got to do. Because once you go down that hole, once you go down that deep, dark hole of man butt sex, dude, there's no turning back. And either you're going to be so disgusted with yourself, like, 80% of my viewers say they would be disgusted that you're going to unalive yourself, or you're going to open something deep within you. Maybe there's a demon with the pair bonding when you're going up in this dude's butt. The demon enters your body through your penis, and now you realize you're a demonic sodomite, and you will put Fleece Johnson to shame. So if you like this type of realness and rawness, man, where I just tell it to you like it is, man, unlike any other channel, then thumbs up the video, man. Leave a comment for the algorithm, man. And most importantly, dude, if you're new to the channel, man, subscribe to the channel, man, and hit the notification all button, because I never know when I'm going to shoot another video, man. Yes, I'm living my best life, but my life is not in my control. It's not like when you're in your own country. And the most important thing you can do to help your boy out and help other young men who might be misled is to share the video. So until next time, OG Silverback out.